Pollocks. And they come from pretty good stock. Their dad, Don Pollock, was one of Australia's top speed car drivers back in the mid-60s. That seems a long time ago, though, Don.
Yeah, it is, when you get my age.
Now, you've raised three very, very fine-looking sons who have turned out to be pretty good race car drivers.
Yeah, I'm very proud of the three of them, Mike.
What do you think started them off into racing? Well, we'll talk to them in a second or so. Do you think just try to follow in Dad's footsteps?
Well, they've been going to the Speedway a week after they were born. The next week after they were born, they're at the Speedway.
All right, Gary, now, to trace the history of how the racing Pollocks got involved in the second generation business, the compacts, which are considered to be a pretty fine nursery to get into the big cars, all you guys seem to be happy where you are. You don't want to make any moves.
Oh, it's a great club. We have a lot of fun in it, and it's fun to race here and all that.
Who's the better driver of the three of you? Come on, Steve, you have to answer that.
The three of us.
There's not much difference between us all.
You won't get them to talk about each other, Mike.
What sort of conversation do you have at the dinner table at night? It must be all race, 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 race.
Sometimes there's no conversation at all.
Okay, and what does Mum think about all this? She must have obviously had harrowing days with your dad. They were driving cars without these little things on that protected you at the time.
Well, she likes us racing around, but she goes to the toilet every time we get too fast.
Come in here, Brad. I tell you what, you all look like your dad. Are they pretty tough to beat on the track?
Yeah, very hard to beat. We've had a few problems, but we're sorting them out, and I should be up there beating them soon, I hope.
Well, of the three lads starting at the back of the field in feature races, I think that's unique in Australian Speedway. You must be very, very proud of them.
Yeah, I'd like to get in there myself with them one day, Mike, but they beat me, I think.
Oh, tune their engines.
Yeah, I can fix that up easy, though.
Good luck to the three boys and to you, Don. It's great to see you around and supervising their racing careers.
Thanks a lot, Mike.
That's the racing Pollocks, and I tell you what, they're going to go a long way in this sport. They've got dedication, and they've also got a lot of skill. Compact speed car top 12 tonight. One sadly missing from the field, already out due to some problem, is the number 2 car with Gary Pollock, who performed so admirably here at the last meeting. Lining the field up. 12 still in there and running. Should be quite a good scrap here between Alan Strader, lining up in car number 54, veteran Ray Platt in number 4, Ron Hutchinson in number 34, coming around the top corner, ready for start, and it's the compact speed car top 12, the Dirty Dozen. Down the front straight away, and they are 4 wide getting into that corner with 21 going out and around the outside to take the lead away. Look at the scrap between the back markers. Strader makes a move up into 3rd place. Hutchinson caught wide here. Platt coming in amongst them as well as they come out of the corner onto the front straight away. Plenty of passing and repassing as they go to the bottom corner. Hutchinson now on the inside of Pollock as they move onto the back straight away. It's now Alan Strader advancing up into 2nd spot, being tailgated by Pollock. Hutchinson the next one back behind them. Kittle's trying to clear the field as well as number 21. In our leads, that's Colin Fanning as they go into the bottom corner. Pollock has now emerged into 2nd place, followed by Strader, and the leader has stopped. Here's Hutchinson up into it as well. Goes around the outside of Strader as they make their way through the top bend. Now it's Pollock who has gone through to take over the lead. Strader in 2nd place, and Strader's former car here being driven. This is where the scrap is for 2nd place as they come down the back straightaway. Halfway down the back straightaway, it's still young Pollock in 93 who's cleared out. That's Steve Pollock. Leads down the front straightaway. 2nd spot being held by Alan Strader, and back behind him is Ron Hutchinson, giving nothing away as he charges down the inside on the back straightaway. Max Kittle back in 4th place in car number 5 as they come through the top bend again. Still number 93, well clear Pollock, followed by Strader, and the next one back is Hutchinson in number 34, then followed by Kittle in number 5. And this scrap continues for 2nd place as they go down the back straightaway. Coming out of the corner, here's our race leader, number 93 Pollock, 2nd spot still being held down by Alan Strader in 54, and then on the inside of him comes Hutchinson, and look at Max Kittle who has pulled back, both of them going down the back straightaway with the lap starting to run out. Almost a touch there of the tail of the car as they come up on a slower car. And it's Strader who goes through, followed by Hutchinson and Kittle, electing now a big outside sweep around the pair of them. He pulls one off as he moves up one spot and then is repassed again down the back straightaway. The leader, though, about to take the white flag with 1 lap to go, but second place has not been resolved. It's still Strader in for second place. Kittle coming up now to put the pressure on. We'll see if Kittle can pass him on the back straightaway. Halfway down the back straightaway, Hutchinson comes fighting back again on the inside. The race leader and the winner will be Pollock across the line, but here comes the dice for second place. They are side by side. Goes to Strader. Kittle will take the third place, and Ron Hutchinson will take fourth place. Very close and very determined open wheel driving in the top 12 race from the compact speed cars. Pick the pace up now. Green flag at the ready. And down to take the green. They are 5 wide, and trouble as one bounces off the wall as Pollock goes around sideways into the concrete wall. But he is okay, but he is hot about that. That was Steve Pollock in the 93 car. They came up to the start 5 wide as they broke the formation. And Pollock's car just bounced off the wall. As soon as the cars go through, keep running, we'll be able to check out whether the car is able to restart in the race or whether it will go to the infield. All right, he should get a green the next time around. Watch the first corner. Here they come. 3 wide again, down for the start. Ron Hutchinson this time getting away, but it's Heel who gets away quickly indeed with 21 making a move up on the outside, and there's Kittle 3 wide around the outside, and they were then followed by Alan Strader back in the pack, and now it's Hutchinson coming up smartly amongst them, and Max Kittle right out and around the outside. Doing it the highway, there wasn't any room there. Hutchinson closed it up on the inside. Now Kittle moves to the outside. Hutchinson trailing him up into the top corner. Heel is still the race leader as they come around the top bend onto the front straightaway, but Kittle draws level with him halfway down the straightaway, and Hutchinson goes out to chase the pair of them through the bottom corner. They were then followed by Ray Platt electing to drive around the pole line, and that is definitely not the fast line around the circuit. Coming out of the fourth turn and going very wide indeed is Max Kittle. Hutchinson closing it up a little bit on the inside. Heel still holding down third place. Ray Platt is in fourth place as they go onto the back straightaway, and dropping right out of contention was Alan Strader. Coming around the top bend already in amongst traffic now, and it's Max Kittle who leads, with Hutchinson going down the inside, not really following the line of the race leader and getting himself all hooked up, and that loses him about half a straightaway on Kittle, who has not moved off the outside line since this race started. Coming around the top bend, still Kittle out in front and doing it nicely. Hutchinson holding down second spot, then back to Ray Platt in third place, 77 going through on the outside, and they were then tailed by number 73 and the rest of the stragglers. Out of the top bend, and it is Kittle coming down the front straightaway, followed by Hutchinson. Into the bottom corner, and Max Kittle making no mistake about this. Here he comes onto the front straightaway. The guy running in second place is, of course, Ron Hutchinson, and Hutchinson's car picking up that front wheel. That's number 34, keeping an eye on that going down the back straightaway as he goes into the turns. Kittle will come through now, and Hutchinson coming through behind him with that front wheel. Really lifting off the deck as they move onto the back straightaway. Halfway down the back straightaway, Max Kittle is the race leader, comes out of the top bend with the lap starting to run out. Second spot being held by Hutchinson, and then a long way back to Ray Platt, who's having a dickens of a job containing the driver of number 77. With about 2 laps remaining across the strike, no doubt about it, still out there in front and doing it nicely is Max Kittle. Good return to racing in a new car for Max Kittle. One around sideways was the boy that was running in third place. That was Ray Platt. He's anything but happy. Across the strike with 1 remaining, Kittle still leads. Hutchinson in the second spot, and now Heel probably running back there in third, or number 77. Coming out of the last bend now, out of the top corner, coming down to take the checkered flag, and Max Kittle tastes victory tonight in the compact speed car main. Ron Hutchinson will take second place in car number 34.
No excuses. 93, Steve Pollock, right at the tail end of the field. He's a goer too. Hard-charging young driver. Father Don Pollock must be very proud of his 3 youngsters who are doing so well. Okay, Nigel, step on the gas. Car 69, we have a race start for 12 laps. 13 has got the jump. Traffic very heavy at the back of the field. Look at that traffic. And look at car number 2 coming through the field. Pollock in car number 2, by far the quickest guy from the tail end of the field to move through and be running in 5th position after only 1 lap. I told you he's dynamite once he gets going. The other hard charges are right on his tail, but Pollock doing a very good job to be now running in 4th place as they go to the top turn. Down the back chute in the compact speed car, main event for tonight, in car 13, Jeff Eldershaw is the race leader. Now running in 2nd spot up the main straightaway, Alan Strader. Already in 3rd is Pollock in car number 2, Gary Pollock. Pollock's got himself into 2nd spot. Now we'll be able to see if the wraps I've been giving you are justified. The car seems to be running well at long last for him. Alan Streeter's the man to beat. Pollock runs in 2nd spot. To the top turn, Pollock sitting right on the tail of race leader Alan Streeter. Back in 3rd place is Ron Hutchinson, and now dropping back into 4th, Jeff Eldershaw. Car number 70, the yellow car. Richard Brain is still looking a little uncomfortable and threatening to slide off the circuit. The black flag going out to car number 70. Look at the challenge down the back chute, though, between car number 2. Pollock gets through. Well, some of the slower cars are really causing a traffic hazard. The faster cars are now trying to thread their way through as they lap them. Alan Streeter goes through first to the back straight away. Look how quickly Hutchinson's caught him, trying to catch him off guard at that corner. Almost paid off for him. And Pollock trying to come up with them as well. Well, there they are on the low line. If Pollock uses the outside line, he could almost get away with this. Instead, he couldn't make up his mind which way to go and nearly went through the car in front of him. 1 lap to go, and look at this battle for the lead. Alan Streeter continues to lead Hutchinson. Back in 3rd is Pollock. Gary Pollock running in 3rd spot. The checkered flag flying this time around. A good finish to the compact speed car main. Streeter will go on and win. Hutchinson 2nd. And Pollock comes in 3rd.
Drivers, and there are bowl drivers, but there's not too many old and bowl drivers. One man who's broken that mould is a fellow who's been around for many, many years, driving in both compact speed cars and in the full-size speed cars, and he's been a winner on the circuit all through. That's Alan Strader. Alan, what keeps you going at this?
Oh, just a force of habit, I guess, Mike, that's all.
How long ago did you start and in what division?
Oh, I started on solo motorbikes in 1946.
Gee, that dates you a little.
It does a bit, yeah.
You were only 3 at the time.
Gosh, I at one time was racing solo bikes, outfits and cars at the one meeting, and that used to be pretty busy.
Back in the 60s, I can recall you here at this particular circuit, racing and also being the track announcer. Now, that must be almost unique in Speedway.
Oh, I guess so. Get a little bit out of breath sometimes after you jumped out from a race and ran across to do a commentary, but it was good fun and I love the sport.
What motivates Alan Strader? What keeps you at it?
I don't know, it's force of habit, Mike, that's the truth.
You obviously like being a winner.
Oh yeah, if I don't win, I reckon I just didn't do it good enough. I don't like being second.
If you're second a few times, does that make you more determined than ever to want to go out and win your next?
Oh gosh, yeah. Yeah, seconds, that's being a blooming bridesmaid, that's no good.
Okay, now there's some youngsters coming around trying to knock you off your perch.
Yeah, there's some nice blokes in our club and they all try pretty hard and they make me work pretty hard to get there. Every race meeting's a big challenge, you just got to go out and do your best.
Well, just when they think they've got you on the ropes, Alan Strader can always seem to pull an ace out of the sleeve.
Well, I just got to keep trying. When I can't catch them, I'll think about retiring.
Go back to announcing.
Yeah, that'd be good. I'd love that.
For the moment, though, you're on a winning streak, winning a double at the last meeting here. But of the youngsters that are coming up, the guys like the Pollock brothers, Ronnie Hutchinson, that ilk of driver that are showing tremendous speed around here. The times are just marginally slower than the Volkswagen speed cars.
Yeah, well, they're devoted blokes, and they think about it all the week. We talk together, of course, and all help each other. And, I just got the brakes last week. I'm a bit behind them tonight, and we'll just see what happens.
Think you can still pull an ace out of the sleeve?
Well, if I don't win tonight, it won't be because I didn't try.
In the decades, people who have come into the sport from other aspects of motorsport and done quite successfully. One fellow who is rewriting that record book is a fellow that's certainly not adverse to plenty of pavement and fast pavement racing, but in a different type of car, in a go-kart. It's Ron Hutchinson, who has got many go-kart titles to his credit and seems to be having a ball tooling around in one of these compact speed cars. That's not wrong, is it?
No, that's certainly not wrong. I'm enjoying every moment of it.
Now, for a fellow who... what, 5'4", 5'5"?
Oh, just a little bit, 5'6", 5'7", yeah.
You've obviously been used to having your backside travelling very close to the ground. This seems a step up.
Yeah, certainly a step up, but the biggest difference is after getting out of the go-karts, it's just like trying to race a double-decker bus. The seating position is just totally wrong, and it's just... But, you know, we're sort of very happy that everything's going fairly well. The boys have been very good to me, and everything's falling into place fine.
Well, you started, I think you came up a winner in about your third meeting?
Yeah, third meeting, yes.
And then all of a sudden everyone went away for the winter hibernation period, and they came back with about 10 other drivers who have cars equal, certainly in lap times. It's a whole new ball game again now in 1983-84.
Yeah, certainly. There's not a great deal between the cars. I heard Alan Strader say that a lot of it depends upon who gets the break. And of course, this provides good racing for the drivers and the spectators, and this is what it's all about.
You're obviously enjoying your stint in the compacts. Just how different are they running an oval compared to the left and rights and the very, very tight circuits?
Well, certainly a hell of a lot different, and don't let anyone tell you any different. The biggest problem here is down at the end of the straight, there's no right turn. Even though we've had one anxious moment down there, but you know, it's very, very good. I'm enjoying it, as I said.
The only right turn down there is to the men's convenience, and anyone that used the right turn down there deserves to be in there, I'll tell you.
A couple of times I thought we might have needed it, actually.
Okay, you got a good group of drivers to race against tonight. Alan Strader seems to have put the wood on. I tell you what, for a young old man with a lot of experience, he seems to be able to come back.
Well, he's certainly been around for a long time, with respect, and you know, I would like to know as much as what Alan's forgotten, and that would be a help to me. But you know, I think that there's a handful of people here tonight who can keep him honest.
And you hope to be one of them?
Certainly like to be. Let's see how we go.
Good luck to you, Ronnie. I'll let you get geared up. That's Ronnie Hutchinson, one of the drivers you'll be seeing in the compact speed car division. They're ready to go onto the track right now.
We have a start. 69 off very slowly, Nigel Bloor, and the back markers are running hot through the first corner. Ron Hutchinson up high is balked. Alan Strader's behind him. And just look at the man I was talking about. Gary Pollock has come from position 14 to be running second as they cross the line with one lap completed. The other backmark men got balked a little. They're now starting to make progress through. The best of them is car number 34, Ron Hutchinson, and 54, Alan Strader, now coming into the picture. One of the other Pollocks is running in 6th spot as they hit the straightaway, but the race leader is now Gary Pollock in car number 2. Good test of Pollock's ability. The others will start to emerge from the pack shortly. First through is Ron Hutchinson in 34. Ray Platt is running in 3rd spot in car number 4. Another of the Pollocks in car number 93, Steve is his name, is running just ahead of Alan Strader in car number 54. That's where the action is in this race. Ray Platt now passed on the inside by young Pollock, a slower car ahead of him, and what a crash we've had in the main straightaway. The driver involved was Ron Hutchinson in car number 34. Others come into the main straightaway, see the car, and manage to take evasive action. Compact speed car, main event, Liverpool Raceway. We have a start. Traffic heavy going into turn number 1. Quickly coming through from the back of the field is Gary Pollock. Steve Pollock, his younger brother, is also running hot. Alan Strader follows them through. In 3rd place is Ray Platt. A good strategic race so far. It's the number 2 car of Gary Pollock, threatening to go to the lead. He's in 3rd place, switches to the outside. Alan Strader's on the inside of him. Here's a good clash as the two of them go to the top turn with the veteran Ray Platt in front of them. Main straightaway, This is the test for Gary Pollock in the number 2 car. Strader's taken in going into the corner. Pollock tried to come back but is beaten by his own brother onto the back straightaway. That's Steve Pollock that slipped up one place. The four of them running hot towards the main straightaway. Strader going into the lead from Ray Platt. Around the outside goes Steve Pollock, and now in 4th place, car number 2, driver Gary Pollock. Down the back straightaway, Pollock comes from behind to move into 3rd place. Now has to pass his brother if he wants to get the race leader, Alan Strader in car number 54. Once more at the top turn, and now it's Steve Pollock being challenged on the inside by his young brother Gary. The two of them very close together. I don't know how much brotherly love there is in this, but they're certainly riding the rim coming onto the main straightaway. Young Pollock on the outside is doing a good job holding up the number 2 Pollock. Brother Gary on the inside. Ray Platt dropping off the pace back in 4th place as once more the Pollock brothers battle for 2nd place in the compact speed car feature event. They're not that far behind Alan Strader, who's still in front in car number 54. Going down the back chute, Steve Pollock once more under siege. This time his brother puts it to him on the inside, and Gary Pollock all but gets the car upside down. The car has a tendency to bicycle. As you saw then, 2 wheels right off the ground, but he goes into 2nd spot. Almost paid a big penalty for the attempt, but now he has to see if he has enough herbs to catch up to the race leader, Alan Strader. Strader is now going into turn number 1, comfortably in the lead. Gary Pollock settled into 2nd spot. His brother starting to drop off a little bit. Back in the field is car number 4. There's only 1 lap to go, but look how quickly Pollock is bridging the gap to the race leader. They're on the final lap. This will be a do-or-die effort if he gets half a shot. Going to the back straight away. Inside front wheel comes off once more. A last corner and a last-minute ditch bid. On the inside comes Pollock. It looks as though Strader will go on and win, but certainly not disgraced. Here's Gary Pollock in car number 2.
Car champion, Ron Hutchinson, who got up on the wall, slid across the top of the wall, and then the car comes down and lands back on its side. Extremely popular on the pavement at Liverpool Raceway this season. Fortunately, there haven't been too many members of the Upside Down Club, save for one prominent member. And that was the man who joined it last weekend, Ron Hutchinson. Well, Ron, we didn't expect to see you back here so soon, obviously wanting a second encounter of the close kind. You must have put an enormous amount of work into the car, because it did look in a state of disarray last Saturday night.
Yeah, Mike, the car was just about totally destroyed. The only thing which we haven't touched has been the engine, and it started tonight, so that's one good thing. But the inspiration of my mechanic has just been unbelievable all week. Hardly any of the crew have had any sleep. One of the greatest things about getting in this division is that everyone has come to the fore. There's been up to 14 people with various bits and pieces and rebuilding diffs and straightening frames. People who will drive wheel to beat you, hammer and tongs on the circuit. And there they are through the week, the likes of John and Brian Kittle and Max, their dad. Alan Strader's prepared the diff, and the Kittles, they straighten the frame, and it just goes on and on and on. Steve McAvoy's taken the front end, and by the end of the week we've had a garage full of nuts and bolts and pieces, and you know, we've just been trying to piece it all back together.
Let's see if we get a start this time around. The front runners will get a decent break. They will too. Off and running. Who's going to be best to begin from the back? Ron Batty's the early leader. He started position number 1. Gary Pollock it is, who's pulled out the stops in turn number 1 and goes to the back straightaway. Not as quick as Alan Strader, who's a bit slow getting through some balk cars. Strader comes off the circuit. Ron Hutchinson carries on the fight. Brian Kittle drops back through the field. Certainly no problems with car 34 and driver Ron Hutchinson. He's got his foot into it already. But as they move to complete 2 laps, doing the better of the back markers is Gary Pollock in car number 2. He's running in 3rd and looking for 2nd. 2nd comfortably going to the top turn. Dynamic little performer. He'll have the lead on this lap as he moves to the outside of Batty's 14 car, switches to the inside and does it comfortably. Hiking the inside front wheel as he comes up the main straightaway and seems to be thoroughly enjoying himself. Back in 3rd as they go to the top turn is Mike Heel in car number 9. And as they move on to the back straightaway, it's the veteran Ray Platt in car number 4, still staking a claim for finishing in the top 3. Ron Hutchinson, car number 34. is up with the race leaders, having started towards the back of the field. He in fact started from position number 16. Now runs in fourth as they go down the back straight and threatens Ray Platt on the outside with a pass as they head back to the straightaway. 12 laps the distance of this Indian file event. A nice bit of driving there saw car 34 Hutchinson move from fourth into second. Now Ray Platt battling with Ron Batty in car 14 for third place and gets there successfully. Race leader flashes past the start-finish line. It's the nicely designed and presented number 2 car driven by one of the 3 Pollock brothers, Gary, in car number 2. Once more heading back towards the straightaway, and at this stage is untroubled with a lead almost amounting to a quarter of a lap over Ron Hutchinson in car 34. Hutchinson, he's now crossed the line and starts on his final lap, and it will be a very convincing win. Now extending his lead to over a quarter of a lap and looking safe, steady and spectacular as he moves out of turn 4, acknowledges the checkered flag. The first compact race of the night has gone to young Gary Pollock. Following him to the checkered flag in a good return drive, Ron Hutchinson in 34, third home Ray Platt in car number 4.
Feature race time for the compact speed car division. We have a good start on the outside of the front line. Ron Batty was best to begin, quickly collared though in the back straight away by Mike Healy in car number 9. Right from the back of the field, he started on position number 16, and Stephen Pollock is already through into about 6th spot, while brother Gary Pollock in the car number 2 is up in spot number 2 as they hit the back straight away, 1.5 spin. I think he was surprised by Pollock's move in the run into the main straightaway. Mike Healy leads in the number 9 car. On the charge is Gary Pollock in car number 2. Pollock starting at the rear of the field, and here he is in the second lap down the back straightaway, clear from Healy in the number 2 car. Ray Platt comes through in the third spot in car number 4, and Hutchinson battling with Platt rather, and Ron Hutchinson repasses Platt together in third spot. Gary Pollock with the lead. Ron Hutchinson goes through to second. Ray Platt following a similar line, moving on the outside of Healy, about to go into third, and does so at the conclusion of this lap. Torsion bar suspension on the number 2 car working to perfection. They have that car really well set up tonight. The blue and white colours, red driving suit of Gary Pollock clearly out in front as he heads out of turn number 4, being chased by Ron Hutchinson, car number 34, former go-kart champion, and doing it nicely in the ranks of the compact speed cars. Ray Platt holding down third in car number 4. White flag about to be displayed, 1 lap remaining for Gary Pollock. Ron Hutchinson still in second spot. Ray Platt is third, and good battle on well back in the pack, but that won't affect the major placings. Up on turn number 4, the number 2 car down to the checkered flag. Gary Pollock runs out the winner. Car number 34, Ron Hutchinson, places second, and the third driver home, Ray Platt, in car number 4. Set for a start this time around, 10 laps the distance. The race is underway. Alan Giddo's already fast as they go through the first corner, but the action is at the back of the field. Look at those back markers move. Gary Pollock getting a good run through. Ron Hutchinson trying to follow. A tangle in the top turn brings on the red lights. Green flag at the ready. We have a start. They're at it again. Team leads onto the back straightaway. Ron Batty is the driver at the back of the field. Gary Pollock puts the pedal to the metal and starts to move through quickly. Pollock is up and running in fourth place at the completion of 1 lap and goes to the back straightaway with the power on. Towards the back of the field, Ron Hutchinson is having a terrible time trying to sort his way through traffic. As I speak, 2 laps down, and Gary Pollock is now second and looking for the lead. Car 14, Ron Batty on the back straightaway, is challenged, and challenged successfully. The young Gary Pollock leads the field on his 24th birthday.
second straightaway. Running hard, Gary Pollock, the race leader. Ray Platt has moved through to claim second place, going on to the back straightaway. Steve Pollock is further back in the field. Now coming through, finally sorting out the traffic, is Ron Hutchinson in car 34. Ray Platt under siege at the top turn for position number 2 by young Steve Pollock. The two cars touch. Pollock eases off just a little bit. Pollock is blitzing the field in car number 2. 1 lap from victory. Still pockets of good racing around the circuit, but the leader has absolutely stamped his authority on the race. He won the feature race last weekend. Victory once more to Steve Pollock in car number 2. Gary Pollock, first home.
This is the compact speed car main. We have 10 laps to run. We have a big field of 15 or 16 cars, and we have a green flag. Look at them, 4 abreast here at the start. The 13 car of Jeff Eldershaw best to begin. Eldershaw looking for the inside in the back straightaway. Look at the traffic jam back in mid-pack. Fighting his way through there is the number 2 car of Gary Pollock. Pollock's up in 5th spot as we conclude the opening lap. Out in front is car number 14, Ron Batty. Quickly tackled by Ray Platt in the run into the back straightaway. Platt in the red 4 car goes through the lead. Ron Hutchinson's on the charge. He's up in 3rd already as Gary Pollock moves under one of his brothers and goes through into 4th position. Hutchinson goes under Bodie. He goes to 2nd. Here's Gary Pollock on the charge, and already the 3 back markers are out front, running 1, 2, 3. Ray Platt the leader. Ron Hutchinson holds down 2nd, and Gary Pollock is 3rd. Ron Batty is the next one, followed through by Jeff Eldershaw in car number 13, and making ground back in the pack is Stephen Pollock in car number 93. Battle on for the first 3 positions off the top turn. Ray Platt still leads from Ron Hutchinson, and Gary Pollock up in 3rd spot and pressing the 2 leaders in the back straightaway. Hutchinson pulls wide on the circuit, tries to take Platt going past the pit gates. Platt holds on to the lead. Hutchinson high on the track, and now Hutchinson hits the front. Ronnie Hutchinson, the white 34 car, out front down the back straightaway. Gary Pollock makes a move on Ray Platt. Pollock goes through to 2nd, and Platt has gone from 1st to 3rd in a lap. Pollock a little out of shape at the end of that lap, recovers, however, nicely. Hutchinson, the leader, now has around about a 50-metre advantage from Gary Pollock, but again, Pollock closes the gap up in turn 3. Hutchinson, his Kawasaki performing well, leads Gary Pollock in the Honda. Pollock seems to make up ground in the 3rd and 4th turns, but loses a little bit down the straightaways. Hutchinson lapping the traffic here in the back straightaway. This allows Pollock to make up a lot of ground. Here comes Pollock with a run on the leader. Hutchinson leads. We only have a lap remaining. Anybody's race. Hutchinson the leader. Gary Pollock on the challenge. Pollock switching from the inside to the outside. Front wheel hiking. Hutchinson leads. Pollock here with a run in the final corner. Comes in under Hutchinson on the run into the main straightaway, but Ron Hutchinson goes to the checkered flag.
Laps. And on the back row, Ron Hutchinson and Gary Pollock. 24-year-old Pollock moves through to position 2 as they go down the back straightaway. The 2-year-old car, numbered 2, running in 2nd spot. Ray Platt, the veteran, is in front. Having carved off 1 lap, they move to turn number 1 and head to the back straightaway. The plain number 4 car, driven by Ray Platt, now under siege at turn number 3. Gary Pollock on the inside, Platt matching him as they hit the straightaway. The 2 of them side by side as they once more go to the top turn. Pollock doesn't look as comfortable on the low line of the circuit as he does when he's running high close to the fence. He's not able to shake off Ray Platt in car number 4. This is a short sprint race. Pollock would be happier getting up track. You can see now he takes the line he's more comfortable with, and that's riding high, and starts to pull away from Platt. A long way back now Ron Hutchinson in car 34, and tailing out Harold Fanning in car number 31. They're on the final lap, the opening race. Meeting number 8 at Liverpool City Raceway, and continuing his winning streak is this 24-year-old wonder who'll move into the big sprint cars in 1984. Gary Pollock first, Ray Platt second, Ron Hutchinson third, and the other driver to finish, Harold Fanning in car 31. Flag is raised, we're ready for a start. Steve Pollock, the favoured driver, and Gary Pollock starts positions 12 and 14, and we have a start. 13 going for the doctor right at the outset. Jeff Eldershaw is the driver, but in the back straight away, Ron Batty has the lead in car number 14. Going down the back chute, Pollock already hot on the wick. Pollock starts his run from the back of the field and is magical to watch on his night. Towards the top straight away, here comes Pollock riding high around the outside, coming up to the veteran Ray Platt and looking to make every poster winner as he goes to the back straight away. Doing better is his younger brother, Steve Pollock, who's rocketing through the field as well. But as you watch Pollock in the blue and white car, riding high, I think you'd agree, there's a driver with a ton of potential. And right in front of him is his young brother, Steve. The two of them going onto the back straight away and quickly gathering in the front runners. Now it's car 34 joining the fray, and right on the tail of Pollock. 34 is driven by Ron Hutchinson in his first season, a former national go-kart champion of Australia who got upside down 2 weeks ago and has come back braver than ever. Down the back straight away, it's still car number 2, now in third place, and behind him is his brother Steve, who goes the big one on the outside. A spin in the top turn and one upside down in a barrel roll series. Car number 6 comes to rest on the circuit. The action was happening up front, but car number 9, car 6, I beg your pardon, it was 9 a second ago when it was upside down. Ready for a start this time around. The race resumes, and in the back straightaway, 14 is the leader, Ron Batty. Ron Hutchinson has gone to the lead. It's a packed field. Steve Pollock on the outside, swallowing up the slower cars. Now Gary Pollock slips into position number 2, and it's his brother who is relegated to 3. But the battle will be on if Pollock has enough power to catch front runner Ron Hutchinson in car 34. Hutchinson by far the best starter when the race resumed. There's the leader, Ron Hutchinson, car number 34, through the pit corner and onto the straightaway. The man trying to pull him back in car number 2, 24-year-old Gary Pollock. Inside front wheel hiking as Pollock goes to the back straightaway, and he is bridging that gap. A magnificent performance. Sideways as he comes onto the straightaway. He's driving 10/10 in this one because he knows the 1 lap to go sign is coming out at any moment. In fact, next time onto the straightaway, he'll see it. But he's bridging the gap. Now there's only 1 lap left to do it in. Ron Hutchinson and his arch rival, Gary Pollock, set off on the final lap of what's been a most exciting compact speed car race. Down the back chute, Powderfield do it in the distance, but no one's going to tell him he can't try. Final corner, main straightaway, checkered flag. Ron Hutchinson, former national go-kart champion, wins. Gary Pollock's home second, and Steve Pollock making it a family affair third. In readiness to do battle over a distance of 12 laps. Car 13 on the front row, Jeff Eldershaw. Car 14 is there as well, Ron Batty. Ready for a start? We have a green light situation, and already the backmarked men are on the move. Through the first corner, Eldershaw is the leader, but look how quickly car number 2 is barreling down the back straightaway. And he's in the lead. That must be some kind of record for Gary Pollock after 3/4 of a lap from the back of the field to take the lead. Already in third place is the man who'd like to peg back the fast-flying Pollock, and that's car 34, Ron Hutchinson, who's now second. 13 still holding on to third place, Jeff Eldershaw, the driver. But what we've got on our hands is an 11-lap match race between the two best in-form drivers, car number 2, Gary Pollock, and number 34, Ron Hutchinson. The two of them move back to the main straightaway.
And Hutchinson certainly has the power to stay with Pollock, but we have a spin in the top turn that'll slow the action slightly. The car involved just edged off the track without any spectacular incident, so the race can continue. Main straightaway, race leader is Gary Pollock, and right on his tail now in car number 34, Ron Hutchinson. Pollock had been driving for 4 years. Hutchinson, a former go-kart champion of Australia, held up by a slower car through turn number 4, will have to regroup and regain that ground. They passed the start-finish line, riding higher than his counterpart towards the top of the track. Car number 2 goes down the back chute, still in front. No changes as far as the minor placings are concerned, but as they move to the main straightaway, Pollock now has dominance in this race. In fact, a lead of 30 metres over Hutchinson in car 34. Pretty looking car as it moves through under the lights at Liverpool City Raceway. $4,000 investment, and one that's paying off for Pollock. Now coming up to lap, a slower car dives through the inside and is out of viewing range of the man running in second spot, Hutchinson in car 34. A touch of the brakes as Pollock comes back onto the straightaway. And further back in the field, car number 13 is the one that's causing a lot of problems for officials. Car 13 is lap after lap getting further and further out of shape. But it's number 2 dominating the event. There's the man running in second spot, Ron Hutchinson, and the race leader. Pollock remains untroubled, winding up another successful night. He'll acknowledge the white flag on this corner. 1 lap from home. Mark down the name, keep an eye on the driver. A big future in Speedway assured for Pollock in car number 2. A touch of the brakes to the main straightaway, and another victory at the place of pace. Second home crosses the line. Ron Hutchinson, and coming in for third will no doubt be car number 88, Gary Webb, the driver. The two rivals move down the back chute. Friendly rivals at this stage of their career. And back to the pits after a victory lap for Pollock, who won the event in the time of 2 minutes 58.29 seconds. 2:58.29 seconds. Hey, in car number 14. Further back in the field, let's see how the big guns get on. Yes, it's certainly going to stop the progress of the fast runners from the back of the field because they've got limited track space to work on. Coming into the main straightaway, Gary Pollock in car number 2 is doing a good job running from the back of the field. Locked together as they go onto the back chute, 34 and 54. And traffic starting to build up on turn number 4. Up the main straightaway, Pollock flashes by in the green 93 car. Down the back straightaway, the leader is still car number 14, and he's lost it. 14 has spun off the track in the main straightaway and on the bike circuit, out of harm's way. So that gives the lead now to car number 93. Pollock leads going down the back straightaway. Steve Pollock, the race leader. Alan Streeter coming through in car 54. There's Gary Pollock in car number 2, staying with the action, although finding it difficult to catch the front runners. Steve Pollock remains in front. Alan Streeter running second. Ron Hutchinson, car 34, is in third spot. And now in fourth, there's Gary Pollock in car number 2. So there's the leader, young Steve Pollock, and his brother Gary is running 3 cars behind him. In the middle, Alan Streeter and Ron Hutchinson. Streeter is catching the race leader very quickly. This time onto the main straightaway, you can see the distance. Not much between the 2 front-running cars. Streeter bridging the gap as they go onto the back chute. Ahead of these 2 cars in the main straightaway is a gaggle of about 7 slower cars, so fun and excitement as they round the top turn on this lap. 93 still in front, but Strader has caught him. Now they have to battle past Kittle in car number 5. Look at the slower cars they're trying to get through. Getting a good line is Pollock, who comes onto the main straightaway, still in front, sees the white flag, and I doubt if he'll be headed over the distance. Pollock goes to the back straightaway. Streeter's in second spot. Third is Hutchinson, and still in fourth is car number 2, Gary Pollock. Final corner, and it's a good win to young Steve Pollock, who's posted it a couple of occasions this season, but put it together in that event very professionally. Alan Strader second, Ron Hutchinson home third, and Gary Pollock fourth. Two minutes 37.71 seconds. 2 minutes 37.71 seconds. The stage is now set for the feature race for the compact speed car division. Starting on the front row, car number 5, Brian Kittle. Our interest centers on those at the back, namely cars numbered 2, 34 and 54. They're the 3 that should start to make progress very quickly from the drop of the flag. Set for a start. It'll be a slow one. No. One more lap, just to give the tail enders a chance to settle down. There's a good-looking compact speed car field, ready to do battle meeting number 10, summer of 83-84 at Liverpool City Raceway. Distance, scheduled 12 laps. Ready to go racing, they've got the green. Up the main straightaway, the race has begun. 4 wide, some of the cars as they go into the top turn, they're the back markers. Brian Kittle is the leader in car number 5. Look at the charge on from the back. Alan Strader doing a good job to get through. But it's Ron Hutchinson in car number 34 who blitzed the field and is now running in second place, about to challenge for the lead. Car 5 in front as they go down the back chute. Brian Kittle just hanging on to the lead. Charging on the inside with a brand new motor in this 34 car is Ron Hutchinson. Former national go-kart champion, grabs the lead. Kittle tries to come back in the run to turn number 3. Hanging on there in third place is car 54. Now starting to breathe a little easier that he's cleared out. There's a spin by car number 2, and he's collared heavily in the top turn. Gary Pollock spun the car, blocked the track, and was slammed heavily coming onto the main straightaway. I don't know if he's winded. Car running into Pollock. Hit at a very high speed. He's sitting slumped in the car, obviously distressed. The ambulance going to the aid of young Gary Pollock. Car 69 was the driver who had nowhere to go but into the side of the stranded car, Nigel Brewer. He's okay. Pollock very badly winded. Just unbuckling the helmet clip. Well, he celebrated his 24th birthday here at Liverpool, a matter of 3 weeks ago. He's conscious and talking to ambulance officers. You might, by way of encouragement, just put your hands together for young Gary Pollock, who's given you so many stirring performances in this division so far this season.
is making sure he's okay before they attempt to move him. The 24-year-old's A-OK. He steps out of the car, nursing his right arm a little bit. It's obviously where the car slammed into the side of the number 2 machine. A hold in proceedings until the track is cleared. The stage will then be... set for the continuation of tonight's compact speed car feature race. They come off the top turn. They'll have one more lap, then be sent on their way. Car number 21, Colin Fanning, the driver, hasn't figured prominently in the feature events for this division so far this season, but he's up and running second at this midway position in the race. A bit of banging going on in the front 5 cars. They've got the green, and let's see them sort it out. Hutchinson moves away in car 34 to grab the lead. Fanning is second in 21, then comes Alan Strader in 54. Brute Power takes him onto the tail of the second place car, and he's after the race leader. Race leader, incidentally, the brand new motor making its debut this evening, so it's paying off as far as sheer horsepower is concerned for Hutchinson in 34. The man who used to own that car is running in second spot, Alan Strader in his new car, numbered 54. Fanning is third. Then comes Kittle in car number 5. A run down the back chute, and that's really the top 5 as they run off the remaining laps in tonight's feature event. Just looking at the run to the back straight away. Strader is catching Hutchinson, and now starting to catch him quite dramatically. We could have a good finish on our hands in this feature event tonight once these two arch rivals get together. There's Strader, the familiar red face mask fluttering as he comes once more up the straightaway. There's the leader, car number 34, Ron Hutchinson. There's only one more lap remaining, so I'd say Hutchinson looks like he's got the money tonight, because Strader has to get past a lot of lap cars before he sees daylight. Final time down the back straightaway, and that lead has now opened up to nearly 200 metres. Final corner, main straightaway, the checkered flag in the feature race goes to Hutchinson. Second to Alan Strader. Third home car 21, Colin Fanning, holding on to defeat Brian Kittle. Set for a start, the compact speed cars. Main straightaway, they're racing. Ron Batty, car number 14, first away. Nigel Brewer in 69 is running second. So they go onto the back straightaway for the first time. Brad Pollock in number 96 is the centre of interest in his brand new car. Its first outing to see how it performs. He started his run through the field. Inside front wheel hiking a little bit in the corner. Now goes down the back straightaway on the outside of car number 9, Mike Heel. Comfortably around the outside, now coming up to car number 5, Brian Kittle. Warning lights on. Can't see the reason for the stoppage, must be honest. Number 96 twisting under the lights as we prepare for the restart. They should be racing next time around. Green flag is at the ready. Ron Batty to lead them away in car number 14. Running in second spot as they move to the straightaway is number 13, Jeff Eldershaw. One more lap, please, gentlemen.
Pollock started position 12. He's now running position 6. Augurs well for a first outing of a new car. Main straightaway, they're off and going again. Ron Batty, 14, leads them through turn number 1. Now look at 96. Pollock starting to make his run through. He's already 5th. Whoops, up into the air. Pollock forced to take evasive action. Mike Heel in car number 9. The race is allowed to continue. After they settle down, we'll watch Pollock get back into gear. He's taking it quietly down the back straightaway. Now decides on an outside run on car number 9. Picks him off without any trouble. Main straightaway. Can't get past number 70 without a bit of difficulty. Picks him off going to the back straightaway. Dives underneath one of the slower cars and now finds himself in 3rd place. Leader is still Ron Batty, and running in 2nd spot as they hit the straightaway this time is Jeff Eldershaw. 3rd in the race is car number 96, Brad Pollock. Okay, to the outside of Eldershaw as they go down the back chute. Has to get past him to have a shot at the race leader, who's had a good cruise so far. Nice pass on the outside. Eldershaw tries to stay with him to the corner unsuccessfully. We're watching the emergence of a very good first outing in a brand new car. As mentioned, this is a scaled down sprint car. And as we move to the straightaway, the laps still leaving Brad Pollock enough time to pull off a win. Car 14 leads onto the back chute, but now he's caught his quarry. And Pollock gets set to find the best way through. Outside's been pretty good so far, but now he decides to give it a shot on the inside. They line up together in the straightaway. 14 still having the advantage as they go onto the back chute. They're 1.5 laps away from the finishing line. And he may have met his match in car number 14. He's simply not getting past as easily as he has the rest of the field. Main straightaway. And car 14, Ron Batty knows this is only 1 lap from victory. But he got out of shape. And it'll be a very impressive debut by car number 96. Brad Pollock, one of the 3 racing Pollock brothers, goes to the wire, the winner. Move down the back straightaway. The top 9 compact drivers ready to do battle will stay with the 4 back markers because that's where the action will be. Colin Fanning moves away first. But at the back of the field, Steve Pollock is rounded on the inside by veteran Ray Platt. Oh, it's getting crowded there, too crowded. Ron Hutchinson and Alan Strader banging wheels. Jim Crowhurst was on the receiving end as well. Main straightaway. Gary Pollock's managed to sneak his way through with hardly any room. He's off and running. Still back in the field is Ron Hutchinson. He can't get past Alan Strader. The 2 Pollock brothers have fled. They're running 3rd and 4th and still towards the back of the field. Hutchinson and with him, Alan Strader. Gary Pollock a little off the air at the moment. He's on the inside of car number 6, manages to pull off a pass, although looked a little unsteady. He's now running in 3rd place as they come back to the main straightaway. 6 and 7 spots held by Alan Strader and Ron Hutchinson respectively. Let's stay with the action up front. Fanning's been caught by the 2 Pollock brothers, and look at them, wouldn't Dad be proud, running 1st and 2nd and side by side as they come to the straightaway. Leader is Gary Pollock. Steve's running in 2nd spot. Fanning is 3rd and now up in 4th. Alan Strader, 5th spot, Ron Hutchinson. The Pollock brothers have absolutely blitzed the compact field tonight. Brother Brad won the first race, and now it's Gary leading and Steve running 2nd in the 2nd heat. Down the back chute, the number 2 car, rebuilt during the week after a crash last weekend, showing no signs of not wanting to handle for its chauffeur. Steve Pollock remains in 2nd spot as they come up the main straightaway. Alan Strader comfortably in 3rd, although the challenge now coming on the inside by car number 34, Ron Hutchinson, and on the outside for a short time there by Fanning in car 21. Strader goes offline slightly and is passed by his arch rival of tonight, Ron Hutchinson. Well, it certainly sorted the wheat from the chaff. The white flag for most of the field, the checkered flag for Gary Pollock. 2nd, Steve Pollock. 3rd, Ron Hutchinson. 4th, Alan Strader. 5th, Colin Fanning.
This division tends to put on a good feature race main here every Saturday night. Good even start. They're off and flying down into the first corner. Car number 69, Nigel Bloor, sitting high on the track. Batty on the inside. Batty takes some race trouble back in the pack. Two of them upside down on the run into the back straightaway. Pollock's on his wheels, Gary Pollock. He's okay. We have one very heavily into the wall and a double rollover on the run into the back straightaway. Okay, but is being examined at the hospital. And here we go with the rerun to the event. High on the track, car number 69, Nigel Brewer, looking for the green flag. We have a start. Down the inside, however, move Batty in car number 14 as the field packs up once more. Look at this, 4 and 5 wide down in turn number 1. Terry Thomas gets on the charge in the 71 car, and Fanning quickly moves through the second in car number 21. And down the outside, Brad Pollock in car number 96, already in close company with Ron Hutchinson. Pollock goes outside. Hutchinson had the better line on the inside, and he's gone through the second spot. Two further Pollock, Steve Pollock, Gary Pollock battling it out for third spot. Gary Pollock gets the run down on the inside of his younger brother, and he's in third as they hit the back straightaway. Around the outside goes Hutchinson. Here's Gary Pollock in a quick manoeuvre up on turn number 4, looking for the lead on the inside. He has it. Hutchinson a little out of shape, and the challenge on the outside emerges from Steve Pollock in the green 93 car. Gary Pollock leading. Good battle on for second. High on the track, car number 93, Stephen Pollock. And on the inside, Ron Hutchinson, car number 34. Hutchinson looked the likely winner early until he was balked in the back straightaway. And he's trying to get back on even terms with Gary Pollock, but has his hands full, meeting Steve Pollock in car number 93. Steve Pollock still in second spot in the green 93 car. Ron Hutchinson holding down third in car number 34. Gary Pollock a clear leader. Meantime, Fanning is fourth, holding down fifth spot. There's Brad Pollock, and sixth at the moment is Alan Strader in car number 54. Battle on for second. This time Hutchinson higher on the track going towards the third corner. Tucks in underneath Steve Pollock, and a nice piece of driving from Ron Hutchinson takes him back to second spot. Young Pollock, though, Stephen Pollock that is not to be outdone, comes again on the outside, and Pollock repasses Hutchinson going through the third and fourth corners. Steve Pollock sitting high on the track. Once more holds down second spot as they wend their way down the back straightaway. Ron Hutchinson is third. In fourth spot is Fanning in car number 21. Brad Pollock the next one. And still Alan Strader unable to close on the leaders. Gary Pollock leading down the back straightaway. Here's the battle for second. Car number 93, Stephen Pollock. Car number 34, Ron Hutchinson, the leader. Gary Pollock in trouble down in the first corner. And we have another one up and over is car number 69, Nigel Brewer. Gary Pollock lapping the traffic down in the first corner. Nigel Brewer in car number 69 was the driver up and over, and Nigel Brewer's out and about, and he's A-OK, as is Jeff Eldershaw, the driver of car number 13. So two of the drivers involved, including Brewer, who was involved in a rather nasty-looking tumble in the 69 qualifying heat of the Australian Compact Championship. 12 laps will be the distance. The two back markers, Sydney drivers Gary Pollock and Ron Hutchinson. The pole car is Queensland driver Jamie Smith. Green flag shown. Drivers off and hot down into the first corner. Beatty from the outside of the track gets the jump, and he leads into the back straightaway. Gary Pollock in the blue and white number 2 car quickly on the boil. He's up in third spot, looks for second and gets it. And the Queensland visitor Jamie Smith up on two wheels going through turn number 4. Back straightaway, Beatty still leads. Up into second spot, there's Pollock. Pollock looking for the lead on the run into turn number 3, and down the inside charges the young Sydney sider. 2 laps down, he's in front already. Gary Pollock, car number 2, out front. Ron Beatty is in second spot in car number 14. Here's Hutchinson now with a challenge. Hutchinson tried an inside pass, a little out of shape. Beatty's lost it up in turn number 4. Drama here for the rest of the field. Set for a restart. The favourite is in front. Gary Pollock in car number 2. Ron Hutchinson pretty close to him. Green flag given. Pollock off turn number 4 heads him, but here's Hutchinson with an immediate challenge. In third spot now is Mike Heel, and Bob Pimble holds down fourth. Back straight away. Pollock knows the challenger is there. scoots away a little bit from Ron Hutchinson, but Hutchinson makes up ground through turn number 4. Two young drivers, good battle developing here as Pollock leads in the back straightaway. Hutchinson still in second spot. Mike Heel is third. Bob Pimble holding down fourth. And Beatty, starting to work his way through the field, is now back up into sixth spot. Still following Gary Pollock into the back straightaway. Steve McAvoy, prepared car, built on sprint car lines, and it really gets around this place of pace. Main straightaway. Race leader Gary Pollock now has a 30-metre advantage to Ron Hutchinson in car number 14. Still Mike Hill holding down third in car number 9. Two still the leader. Gary Pollock out in spot number 1, and we've seen him there quite a bit this summer. Ron Hutchinson still holds down second spot. Hutchinson entering the first corner, and it's a long gap then to Mike Heel, who holds down third in car number 9. Gary Pollock heads them up on turn number 4, heading down to the start-finish line with around about 3 laps remaining. Pollock, in fact, starting to work his way past quite a few front runners. In fact, laps Bobby Pimble at the end of that lap. Hits the main straightaway. He's now around about 100 metres in front of his nearest rival, Ron Hutchinson. Pollock winding up to lap a couple of more here and gets by the outside of car number 31 with 1 lap remaining. Fanning was the driver of 31, but it's all Pollock in the back straightaway. Heads down into the final corner. He has qualified for the championship. Gary Pollock, car number 2. Second spot. Finishing now will be Ron Hutchinson, car number 34. And a good running of the 1984 Australian Compact Speed Car Championship. The back marker on position 20 is Gary Pollock. We have a green flag. Up front, Nigel Brewer, best to begin in the red 69 car. Heading them down into the first quarter. Pollock already at work in car number 2. Almost trouble in the back straightaway. Kittle was balked, and quickly through is Ron Hutchinson, who goes up into 5th spot as they enter turn number 3. 3 and 4 abreast on the run into the main straightaway. Hutchinson, doing the better of the back markers, is up in 3rd spot into the back chute. Gary Pollock now moves through in a 4th, but Hutchinson is flying up front. Gets underneath both leaders. That was Brewer and Fanning on the run into the main straightaway, and Ron Hutchinson is in the lead. In 2nd spot is car number 21, Colin Fanning. Pollock now moving up to press Fanning in the run down the back straightaway. Ray Platt moves through to 4th in the red number 4 car. Ron Hutchinson out front. Plenty of laps for the opposition to come his way. Gary Pollock battling it out with Fanning. Colin Fanning in car number 21. Pollock makes an inside move through the 3rd and 4th corners. Race leader Ron Hutchinson. Good battle on for 2nd. Pollock on the inside of Fanning as they lap car 55 in the back chute. Hutchinson, however, still clear in car number 34. There's the battle for 2nd and 3rd. Gary Pollock a little sideways on the inside of Fanning. Ray Platt is in 4th spot, and Alan Strader runs 5th at this moment. Back straightaway. Race leader, there he is, Ron Hutchinson, car number 34. Moves down the inside of car number 75, the Queensland driver, Colin Powlett, and one in trouble in the back straightaway is the Victorian driver, Neil Izzard. Ron Hutchinson, former go-kart champion, trying to win a national title, and this is 2nd chosen division. Meantime, Pollock gets on the outside of Fanning in the run into the back straightaway. Pollock really on the ball down the back chute. Moves up into 2nd spot. Fanning running 3rd, and closing in is Ray Platt, who holds down 4th. Traffic getting pretty heavy. Leading contenders starting to lap the tail enders. Hutchinson at work in the white car in the back straightaway. Now moves around the outside of another one on the run into the main straightaway. Hutchinson at this stage is around about 60 to 70 metres clear of this man, the 2nd runner, Gary Pollock, in the blue and white car number 2. Still holding down 3rd is Colin Fanning in car number 21, and Ray Platt holds 4th in car number 4. Pollock forced to pull inside a car he was lapping in the main straightaway. now sets sail in the back straightaway after the race leader, but Hutchinson has a very handy lead. 34, race leader, Ron Hutchinson. Gary Pollock still in second spot, and Sparks coming from the back of Pollock's car. Family having assorted problems all evening. Hasn't been their best racing night. 21, Colin Fanning still holding down third, and Ray Platt is fourth. There's the leader rounding up Crowhurst up on the top corner. Ron Hutchinson. Hutchinson here, faced with 4 or 5 cars. He has to lap in the back chute. Gary Pollock following suit. Down the back straightaway as Ron Hutchinson here goes between cars on the run into the main straightaway. Well, he made a good charge at the start of the race. And many races won and lost in that first turn. Ron Batty has spun car number 14. He's sitting on the run into the back straightaway, and that forces a yellow light situation. 7 laps left. Ron Hutchinson, Fanning and Ray Platt to lead away the field. Off and running, Strader has been the big mover at the resumption of the racing green. Strader straight through to second spot in the back straightaway. Hutchinson leads, and it's the veteran, Alan Strader, looking to win another national title. Up in second spot, Fanning holds down third, Ray Platt is fourth, Jim Crowhurst fifth, and Mike Heel is in sixth spot. For changing fortunes, Gary Pollock seemed to be the only challenger. Oh, trouble in the top turn. Ray Platt and Fanning in car number 21. Around about 6 laps remaining. Both drivers okay from that last instant in the running of the National Compact Speed Car Championship. Youngster out front, his second season, leading the veteran to the green flag. Alan Strader made a move on the inside. Strader using his experience here in the first corner, but Hutchinson equal to the challenge, and Ron Hutchinson resumes his lead down the back straight. Alan Strader up in second spot, and holding down third is Mike Heel. Alan Strader lifting the inside front wheel on the run into the back straightaway, the wheel pouring the air. A little bit of tyre smoke as the front wheel drops back to the racetrack. The second car posing an unusual sight. Wheel hiking on the run into the back straightaway. Here's another car in trouble. Looks like our Queensland driver Jamie Smith. Hutchinson wants to go and get on with the event. The green light is given. And one around here at the start line was Jim Crowhurst in car number 7. And he has been T-boned by a following car. Only 3 laps remaining in this championship. The battle of tactics up front once more. Hutchinson did a good job on the last start. Starts to pour on the pace coming off turn number 4, making sure he maintains his lead at the start. 3 to run in the national title. Hutchinson, Alan Strader, his front wheel still pouring the air as they go into the back straightaway. Mike Heel is in third spot, and running fourth is Richard Brain. 2 to run. Hutchinson still out in front from Alan Strader, and Mike Heel in third spot. Hutchinson down the back straightaway. Must be thinking about the trophy presentation at this moment, although he can't relax because Alan Strader very close to him as they enter the last lap. Back straightaway coming up. Hutchinson powers down towards the pit turn for the final time. Alan Strader making his last move here, gains ground on Hutchinson, but the checkered flag falls for Ron Hutchinson, the new Australian champion. Second placing goes to Alan Strader, car number 54, and third home has been, I would think on the outside, Richard Brain, car number 70, just defeating Mike Heel in car number 9. Lucky in last week's national title, forced out. Middle of the pack, car number 2, Alan Strader in 54. Ron Hutchinson, car number 1. Car number 93, Steve Pollock getting 3 abreast in the first corner, settles down into second spot. Hill is the leader in car number 9. The Pollock family quickly into action. Steve Pollock gets by on the outside, and here comes Alan Strader on the boil, hiking the front Inside wheel as he hits the back straightaway in second spot. Gary Pollock gets around the outside. He goes through to third. And the national title holder, Ron Hutchinson, in fourth spot in car number 1. Steve Pollock still the leader in the back straightaway. Veteran Alan Strader showing better form here in the past couple of weeks. Running a strong second in this one. And Gary Pollock, not making too much of an impression, is back in third spot, and Hutchinson is fourth. Strader making another move on the race leader down the back straightaway, makes up ground. Stephen Pollock still leads, couple of laps remaining. Here's Strader with an inside dive down into turn number 1. Driving well, Strader, making up ground down this back straightaway. Been interesting last lap, this one. Hit the white flag, on the run. Stephen Pollock from car number 93. This time Strader goes into the corner a little deeper and actually loses ground. He has a ton to make up in the back straightaway if he's to have a chance. Stephen Pollock, race leader into the final corner. Stephen Pollock will bring the checkered flag. Second spot to Alan Strader. 10 laps will be the distance. Back marker, Australian champion, Ron Hutchinson. Making a good early break around the back even before the green flag was Steve Pollock, car number 93. And he's really burned through this field. Has gone to the second spot in the back straightaway, and here comes Hutchinson. Hutchinson absolutely on the boil. Can he make the lead in the first lap? He has, from the back to the front in just one lap. Ron Hutchinson out front. Steve Pollock on the boil still. He's up in second spot. The other back markers don't know exactly what happened up front, but two of them have gone and hidden from the field already. Hutchinson is in front. Steve Pollock holds down second, and the major battle is on for third. Down on the inside moves Mike Healy in car number 9. It's by Newman entering the back straightaway, and Kittle is the next one to move through under the black 43 car of Newman's as they enter turn number 3. Hutchinson from the front to the back in just one racing lap. Steve Pollock actually was the first to break formation at the back of the field. But Hutchinson has absolutely blitzed this field. Goes in the back straight away. Walked by a lap car, and young Pollock's making up ground. Here's Pollock. Pollock nerves Hutchinson up in turn number 3. Getting a little bit rough out there. Pollock cools the pace a little bit, settles down once more in second spot, and drops back to allow Hutchinson a lead of something like 30 metres heading towards turn 3. Steve Pollock still in second spot. Mike Heel holds down third. Richard Brain is fourth. And holding down spot number 5 would be Kittle in a car of the same number. Ron Hutchinson here about to overlap Nigel Brewer, car number 69. Gets by on the outside. A couple of laps remaining. Steve Pollock after a close encounter up in turns 3 and 4. He's pretty well set for second, and has let Hutchinson go away from him a little bit. Here's Hutchinson about to move into some traffic, entering the back chute. Here goes to the split. My gee, this lad's on the ball tonight. Hutchinson just over a lap from home and moving up in a tip to pass 5 or 6 cars here in this last lap. He gets the white flag, 1 lap remaining. Went to go inside, switched direction, pulled outside, then he comes inside again. This car is handling beautifully. Ron Hutchinson up on turn number 4 to the checkered flag. Ron Hutchinson, car number 1. Second spot to Steve Pollock, car number 93.
Just while we have a second before our next event, last Wednesday night here, ladies and gentlemen, the Australian Compact Speed Car Championship was conducted, and the man who you saw in such splendid form in tonight's feature race is the new Australian champion, Ronnie Hutchinson, the former national go-kart champion of Australia. And Ron, on behalf of the Compact Speed Car Club and on behalf of Liverpool Raceway, may I firstly congratulate you not only on a splendid drive here last Wednesday night, but also on a brain snapper, as they say here just a few minutes ago. Congratulations on behalf of everyone.
Thanks very much, Mike. I'm very elated about last Wednesday night, as you can imagine. I haven't been involved with the Speedway very long, and it takes an awful good crew, and you know, I bought a good car, and Alan's obviously screwed it together really well, and he's a 100% racer, as he showed, and he's a damn good sport as well, and not much else I can say.
Except the In fact, it went pretty well on Avon tyres, obviously.
Yeah, yes. Actually, we've done quite well, actually, on the night.
You're more nervous now. I tell you what, you made all of us nervous. We almost dropped our lunch when you pour all that stuff in the first corner and past the field.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm just a bit tired, as you can appreciate. We've had a lot of work to do since Wednesday night. And I am a bit uptight, as I said. Like, you know, we haven't been there very long.
OK, he's done very well. Give him a good hand. I tell you what, he's a star of the future. Second place went to my old mate. And back in 1966 at this circuit, when it was a dirt circuit, this gentleman here was one of the announcers at the track. He's driven speed cars, he's ridden sidecars, he's raced motorcycles and in the compacts. Ladies and gentlemen, they call him the Pleasant Vet, Mr. Alan Strader, who was also second in the Australian Championship. Well done, Alan. And besides that, it was his car that Ron drove. He sold it to Ron early in the season. You must be delighted. You don't seem to age.
Oh, gee whiz. I haven't got time to get old.
How long have you been at this business now, Alan?
Well, I started in 1946, so it's a fair while.
46?
Yeah. Yes.
What do you plan on doing around about 1992? Still racing?
I have to be winning races then instead of coming second.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's one of the real pros of the Speedway, Mr. Alan Strader. Well done, Alan, and congratulations.
Thank you.
And third place trophy in the national title goes to our local driver, who's done very well this season, and it's congratulations to Richard Brain. Well done, Richard.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I'd like to thank Mike for holding the venue here. There's a couple of other blokes I'd like to thank, like Peter George and my father and Johnny Marshall, all part of getting the car on the racetrack for me. So I'd like to thank everybody, that's all. And you people out in the stands. Without you, we wouldn't have a Speedway.
Exactly. OK, well done. Well done, Richard Braid. They're the place getters 1 through 3 in the Australian Championships for 1984.
Obviously, it is cool up. We're set for a start to the compact back markers. 96, Brad Pollock about to leave away his two brothers, Ron Hutchinson and Alan Strader at the back, and we have a start, and they're really flying down to this first corner. Look at them work, going into the back straight away. The back markers have a chance to mix it amongst themselves. Car number 2 moves on the inside, that's Gary Pollock. Look at the front wheels hiking on the run to the main straightaway, but it's Steve Pollock. Car number 93 hanging on as they hit the back chute once more. Steve Pollock's up in second spot. Here's the Australian champion, Ron Hutchinson, looking for the inside. Not having any of that whatsoever, and reassumed a clear second spot. Puts the pressure on his younger brother once more. Back straight away, Steve Pollock. Oh, let brother know he was around. Here's Hutchinson again on the charge down the back straight away. Steve Pollock maintains second spot. He's high on the circuit. Ron Hutchinson holding down low in the number 1 car. Back chute once more. Hutchinson again with a challenge on the inside of Stephen Pollock. Meantime, Gary Pollock out front, car number 2. Hutchinson hikes the wheel as he moves into the first corner. Is looking to get a big run at Stephen Pollock, but Gary Pollock has opened a commanding gap on this field. He leads with 1 lap remaining. Here's Hutchinson. If he goes on with this inside challenge, he could pose a threat to Steve Pollock for second spot. But Hutchinson a little on off the week tonight. And Gary Pollock, looks like Stephen Pollock are going to fight this one out. Gary Pollock to the wire. Stephen Pollock places second. Ron Hutchinson fills third in the number 1 car.
The start is single file, but you can sit right on the bumper of the car ahead of you. Just look at the yardage there, conceding to the front runner. Anyway, that's how they start. Scott Giddoes rounded in the very first corner by Keith Smith in car number 16. Down the back straightaway, coming in quickly, Brian Kittle in car number 5. He's running second and wants the lead before lap 1 is completed. Oh, a little bit of wheel rubbing towards the back of the field, but everyone continues on. Scott Giddoes going backwards in this one has gone from position 1 at the start of the race back to position number 6. Race leader is car 5. Brian Kittle is the driver, running second spot, Keith Smith. Smith running up high as they come to the straightaway. In third spot, car number 14, driver is Ron Batty. Richard Brain towards the back of the field, pulling a couple of unusual lines. But the action continues towards the front of the field, and in particular in the battle for second place. Still holding second, car number 16, Keith Smith. Now diving to the inside, trying for a pass is Ron Batty, unsuccessful. Almost swiped the tail of car 16 in that attempt to get past. They're at it again in the top turn. 16 going higher and higher towards that safety fence. Batty manages to draw a level, puts it to car 16 as they go to the back straightaway, and this time he's successful. So race leader is still car number 5, Brian Kittle, running second spot, number 14. Car 14 is Ron Batty. And about to challenge Batty for that second spot, car 16, Keith Smith. Interest starting to wane in this particular front markers race because the cars are so far spread out. And that's the way they were even coming to the start. Race just about completed. Richard Brain moves into 4th spot, but it's Kittle first to the main straightaway to see the white flag, acknowledging he's 1 lap from victory. Batty in 2nd place, and Keith Smith runs on in 3rd. Richard Brain now trying his level best to catch him down the back chute. Cruising to the wire and a comfortable win, an easy win if anything. Car number 5, Kittle first home, Batty 2nd, Richard Brain gets there for 3rd. It's car number 16, Keith Smith, drops power in the final run to the checkered flag. Getting set for a start this time, Giddo's to lead them away in car number 3. Out of the top turn, we have a start. 12 laps the distance, the feature race for the compacts. Who's best to begin at the back of the field? Well, traffic's heavy. The Pollock brothers are mixing it with Hutchinson. And right behind them comes Alan Strader. Where the action is Steve Pollock, Gary Pollock up the main straightaway. And they're being threatened on the inside by Ron Hutchinson in car number 1. Oh, Gary Pollock got his brother. His brother got away, then he backed off and was collared by Alan Strader in car number 34. The number 2 car bicycled on 2 wheels and looked all set to go right through the turret of his brother's machine. They settle down a bit now, going to the back straightaway. There's Hutchinson in car number 1. He's grabbed 2nd spot in the melee and coming through on the inside in 93 is Pollock. Ron Batty in car number 14 goes to the back straightaway in 2nd place, comes out in 3rd. Steve Pollock now running in 2nd spot. Ron Hutchinson is the race leader. Ron Batty back in 3rd. Gary Pollock and his brother Brad running in 4th and 5th places. Gary Pollock's had it for tonight's feature race. The number 2 car is about to withdraw. That robs the race of a fair amount of interest. Alan Strader's already out of the race. He and Pollock touched. And so let's see what we've got left. The 12-lapper continues. Ron Hutchinson, the national champion, is in front. 2nd spot is Steve Pollock in car number 93. And running in 3rd would be Brad Pollock in car 96. Richard Brain running 4th in car 70. There's Richard Brain in car number 70, running outside car 69 as they come to the straightaway. That would place him in 3rd spot now. Steve Pollock comfortably in front. A little perturbed about 4 laps ago by the bump he got from his brother. Richard Brain settles into 2nd spot. Ron Batty back in 3rd. This race just about run its course. Car number 1 through the top turn. So far ahead, he can afford to relax. Ron Hutchinson will win the feature. He's on his final lap. Still 2nd spot is Steve Pollock. And it looks like Brad Pollock will hang in for 3rd. Checkered flag, Hutchinson first. Spread out all over the track. 2nd to Steve Pollock. Coming home for 3rd, Brad Pollock in car number 96. The compact speed cars to do battle. Distance is 10 laps. The event for the front markers. And they move towards the start. Racing.
John Kittle, Ray Scarborough, the first two to go to turn number 1. Everyone quietly onto the back straightaway. No changes of positions as they move to turn number 3. Race leader coming onto the straightaway. Now about to be challenged by Ray Scarborough, car number 63. 63 goes to the inside as they once more go to the pit bend. We have one upside down in the back straightaway, car number 5. Driver Brian Kittle. Car 45, John Kittle. Brian's brother will lead them away. John Kittle, brother of Brian, who was involved in that accident, to lead away as they start up the main straightaway. John Kittle taking it quietly onto the back straightaway. Just behind him is Ray Scarborough. Bob Pimble in 4th place, looks to be one of the goers coming from centre field. Up the main straightaway, John Kittle remains the leader. 63 getting that inside rear wheel off the ground, which is not a healthy sign. Ray Scarborough in the blue 63 car still in 2nd. Now coming through Ron Batty in car number 14. Batty is 3rd and looking to improve. Going through the number 1 turn, he slips down into 2nd place. Goes down the back straightaway to be challenged by Scarborough on the outside. Leader is still John Kittle as they come to the straightaway. Equal distance separating 1st and 2nd and 2nd and 3rd as they run off the remaining laps in this first compact speed car race on the program. Coming up to lap car number 3. Race leader goes by Steve Smith comfortably. Ron Batty in 2nd spot. Back in 3rd, Ray Scarborough in car 63. All drivers taking it pretty sedately, and you wouldn't blame them. Around the outside of Kittle, in car number 14 goes Ron Batty. Kittle appears to have problems and pulls down low to withdraw from the event. Running 2nd place now is Ray Scarborough. John Kittle, car 45, pulls off the circuit. One wonders whether it's mechanical problems or maybe a little concerned about the plight of his brother, who was taken to hospital just a few moments ago. Race is just about over. Next time around, 14 will be given the white flag. He now knows he's 4 left-hand turns away from a win. Car 14 on his final lap. 63, Scarborough. Goes down the back straightaway, still in 2nd spot. But here comes the winner. Car 14, main straightaway, Ron Batty. Ron Hutchinson, and we have a start. Up the main straightaway, Ray Scarborough. Challenging for the early lead, but most action centres at the back of the field. Gary Pollock dives to the inside of his brother Brad. And there's trouble as they go to the top turn. Strader was up on 2 wheels, managed to come down, retain control. Should be right for a start this time around. The pattern on performance, pretty easy to identify. 96 sitting in 2nd spot should go quickly to the lead. And then the 2 cars, painted white, numbered 54 and 1, will be hot on his tail. Off they go. Pollock the leader as they go through the first turn and towards the back straightaway. Ron Hutchinson is now 3rd, now 2nd, and here comes Alan Strader right behind him. As predicted, the pattern of the race. There's Ron Hutchinson on the inside of the race leader. Pollock trying to go down track and cram number 1 for room. It didn't pay off. And now Alan Strader moves through on the inside of Pollock. Pollock tries to stay with him using the high line as they move up the straightaway. Quickly establishing 2nd spot as they go to the back straightaway, Alan Strader. Almost out of control is Brad Pollock. Race leader is still Ron Hutchinson. And they're now moving once more to the home straightaway. In front, national champion Ron Hutchinson. Running 2nd, the man who built the leader's car and then sold it to him. Alan Strader, car 54. 3rd spot in the field held down by Brad Pollock in car 96. He's challenged on the inside by Fanning in 31. Fanning taking Pollock to the top of the track, but manages to get past and claim 3rd place.
One Pollock brother, namely Steve, didn't appear. Another Pollock brother, namely Gary, didn't last the distance. And the only other Pollock out there, Gary, beg pardon, Brad, is having trouble staying with the leaders. Spread out all over the circuit now. Interest waning in this race. We've lost a couple of the hot shots. And not unexpectedly, out in front, Ron Hutchinson, and chasing him, Alan Strader. Still running third spot is car 31, Cole Fanning. We'll be seeing the white flag indicating 1 lap to go very shortly. Inside front wheel hiking off the ground as car number 1 completes yet another lap. Here's Pollock back in 4th place. Oh, Pollock runs right up the back of the guy running 3rd and is out of shape. There's a big question mark over Brad Pollock. I think maybe just concentration. Anyway, he's back in 4th place. As you see the leader coming up to collect the checkered flag half a lap from now. They're on the final lap. First to see victory, Ron Hutchinson. Home cleanly without any problems. Second, Alan Strader, and again it's Pollock. Finishes 4th though. So 3rd placing to car 31, Colin Fanning.
Good start too. Plenty of action coming. Here come the back markers hitting the first corner. Gary Pollock at the moment fighting off Ron Hutchinson and Alan Strader. Back straight away, John Kittle, car number 45 leads. Scarborough in 63's in 2nd spot. Already Gary Pollock is through to 4th. Pollock here about to move under Beatty in the main straightaway. Oh, and Hutchinson was caught high and wide trying to get around the outside of Beatty. Luckily, he pulled an inside line and managed to squeeze Alan Strader out. Otherwise, he'd have lost a couple of positions. Gary Pollock now up to the 2nd spot. John Kittle still the leader. Here's Gary Pollock with a challenge on the inside. Further back, Hutchinson, he's front inside wheel, pouring the air as he ran into the back straightaway. 3rd and 4th corner. Gary Pollock now out front as they commence lapping one of the slower cars. Gary Pollock in front. In 2nd spot is Ron Hutchinson. Holding down 3rd is still Kittle, but here's Alan Strader moving to 3rd in the number 54 cars. The 3 back markers, race 1, 2 and 3. Gary Pollock, leader. From Ron Hutchinson, we're watching Scarborough at the moment. He's deeper in the field. The leaders are up on the 4th corner. Gary Pollock in car number 2. There's Gary Pollock, car number 96. There's the leader, we have him now. Gary Pollock, car number 2, leading Ron Hutchinson, car number 1. 2 cars to overlap coming off this turn. Ron Pollock a little sideways. That allows Ron Hutchinson to close the gap, and Hutchinson on the chase in the back straightaway. It's going to be a good run to the checkered flag because these 2 leaders are absolutely flying. They're up on turn 4 once more. Gary Pollock going down into the 1st corner. Ron Hutchinson with the front inside wheel, pouring the air as Hutchinson stands on the gas down the back straightaway. Gary Pollock. Good line. There's Alan Strader who just went through. He's the 3rd place driver, but these 2 having an enormous battle out front. Gary Pollock heading down the back straightaway from Ron Hutchinson, just over a lap from home. Alan Strader's 3rd, and we have one around here on the entrance to the main straightaway. The leader's just going by. Was Ronnie Beatty. Okay, here we go, 2 laps. Liverpool's compact speed car main event. And it's going to be a charge to the checkered flag. Gary Pollock and Ron Hutchinson. Gary Pollock and Ron Hutchinson down the back straightaway. Alan Strader's in 3rd spot. Wheel off turn number 4. They hit the line. There's 1 to run. Pollock, here's Hutchinson's last chance. Hutchinson, that front inside wheel still pouring the air in the back straightaway. Pollock and Hutchinson going into the final corner. Pollock has the centre track sewn up. Yes, he's going to go to the line of winner. Good win, Gary Pollock. Ron Hutchinson places 2nd. 3rd goes to Alan.
Here they come down the front straightaway. The first time, 43 going through to take over the lead. There's the back markers going through, and just look at the cut thrust stuff here from the back markers as they come down the back straightaway, and Alan Strader riding down on the inside and gains about 6 positions as they swing through the corner here with Pollock in very, very hot pursuit back behind him. Gary Pollock in the middle of the pack now, about 5th position as they work to the back straightaway. Look at the back markers coming out of the clouds. The veteran Alan Strader up into 2nd place as they come through the turn. Gary Pollock back behind him. Brad Pollock is the next one. And the Australian champion, just one back behind him, is Ronnie Hutchinson. The veteran Alan Strader leads onto the back straightaway. The young honcho going out after him as they go down the back straightaway is Gary Pollock. Then Ron Hutchinson running in 4th spot. Look for him. He'll come to 3rd very quickly. Down the front straightaway. And it's the veteran Alan Strader. Right behind him on the inside comes Gary Pollock as they go down the back straightaway. Then the Australian champion Ron Hutchinson ranging up very smartly indeed into 3rd place as they come through the bend. Now down the front straightaway across the strike. And the veteran Alan Strader is your race leader. In the white car 54 leads onto the back straightaway. And here comes Gary Pollock on the inside. Coming up to challenge him as they come through the corner. Pollock on the inside, and the two of them are side by side as they come down the straightaway. Pollock couldn't pass straight at that time. Ron Hutchinson already up into 3rd place, and they're coming up behind a wall of slower cars. Look at them slice their way through the traffic now as they come up into the pit corner. Still with Alan Strader, the race leader, coming down the front straightaway. There's Strader with Pollock putting a charge on him on the inside. Great action here tonight. And there's Pollock going through on the inside, getting caught up amongst the slower traffic, but he finds the gap. Now it's Strader who makes his way through into 2nd spot, and back behind them is Ron Hutchinson as they come through the 4th turn and now down the front straightaway. Race leader is Gary Pollock in the number 2 car as he goes to the bottom bend. Alan Strader still in 2nd place as they come down the back straightaway, and Ron Hutchinson is 3rd. Mike Healy up into 4th place as they go through the pit corner. 2 WS turn and now down the front straightaway again. There's Pollock running away with this one. The dice is between 2nd and 3rd with veteran Alan Strader, and back behind him there, of course, Ron Hutchinson as they go up into the pits bend. There's the race leader coming around the top bend. The dice is back behind him between 2nd and 3rd into the bottom corner. This scrap still continues with Alan Strader in 54, and on the inside it's Ron Hutchinson in car number 1. But once again, past the pit gate, Strader running the high line, and on the inside it's Ron Hutchinson coming to him as they go down the front straightaway. They've got about 2 laps left to run as they work onto the back straightaway. The race leader is Gary Pollock. He is well clear at this stage. He's coming round to take the white flag now. Pollock will take the white flag. There he takes it, and the scrap back behind him in 2nd place continues between Ron Hutchinson and Alan Strader as they move onto the back straightaway for the final time. Hutchinson tucked on the inside of Strader as they come up into the pit turn. Here's the race leader and the eventual winner. It is Pollock. He goes across the line. Then the scrap back for 2nd place, and Hutchins markers. They're ready to race. Down for the start of the compact speed car main, and already Pollock on the outside goes through, and 2 up against the wall in the bottom turn with the flag at the ready. Yes, sirree. Here they come onto the front straightaway. Going down towards the bottom corner, Jeff Eldershaw going through to take over the lead. Now it's Ron Hutchinson going through smartly on the inside, Pollock on the outside of him, and Strader coming back down on the inside as they slip through this corner now, coming onto the front straightaway. Here's Strader in the white car, followed by Gary Pollock in the number 2 car as they move onto the back straightaway. Ron Hutchinson taking over the lead, 2nd spot being held down by Gary Pollock. 3rd is Eldershaw. They were then followed by Strader receiving a bit of a push here as they come through the bend and down the front straightaway into the bottom corner. Well, the big question now is whether or not Pollock's got enough engine to be able to peg back the race leader. He's looking for 2 out of 2. That's Ron Hutchinson coming up through the traffic, and there we pick them up coming onto the front straightaway. There's the race leader in car number 1. Ronnie Hutchinson, Australian champion, not that far back behind him is Steve Pollock in car number 2 as they sweep through the top bend and now onto the finishing straightaway. Across the strike again, pretty close indeed to the wall do they go. Ronnie Hutchinson picking up that inside front wheel, really picking it up, almost picked the inside back wheel up at the same time as he came down the back straightaway. In 2nd spot, driving car number 2 as they sweep through the turn, is Gary Pollock. Back in 3rd place is Alan Strader, and they have cleared well and truly out. Look at this great scrap going on between 1st and 2nd down the back straightaway. Given another lap, they'll be in between these overlap cars as they come onto the front straightaway again. Across the strike, still Ronnie Hutchinson, the race leader. 2nd spot being held down by the driver of the number 2 car, that's Gary Pollock. They're coming up on a whole wall of slower cars blocking the racetrack. Look at this, Pollock makes a sweep around the outside. Hutchinson goes the inside route. They both come out still running 1-2. In between these slower cars, the race continues between car number 1 Australia, Ron Hutchinson, the national champion, and Gary Pollock in car number 2. Past the pit bend again, and once again onto the start-finishing straightaway. Hutchinson, one more lap down, sweeps into the bottom corner. Here's Pollock on the inside of him as they move onto the back straightaway. A lap car coming up. They go either side of the lap car. Pollock got the worst of that, but still Hutchinson in car number 1, the race leader. Still more cars ahead of them as they reel off one more lap down the front straightaway, putting a lap on Perkis, and here comes Pollock, not letting the pressure off Hutchinson whatsoever as they come the back straightaway. Down into the pits bend with still Ron Hutchinson, the national champion in car number 1, the race leader. All over him is Gary Pollock as they reach halfway down the front straightaway to the bottom corner. Pollock using the extreme high line on the racetrack as they go down the back straight, heading up toward the pits turn. They've only got a lap to go the next time around. 11 circuits almost completed, 10 have now been completed, now 11 as they sweep to the bottom corner. Hutchinson, has Pollock got anything left in reserve as he comes down the back straightaway? Hutchinson looking good here as they come up into the final corner past the pits. Pollock comes in sideways at him, but it'll be Hutchinson coming down the front straightaway to take the checkered flag. Second place, in fact, will go to Gary Pollock. Third place will go to the veteran Alan Strader, and fourth home will be the driver of car number 43.
Right for a start, 8 laps the distance. The compact speed cars, first race of the night. Jeff Newman to lead away in car 43. They're running right from the start. 45, John Kittle gets into trouble, mechanical problems, and drops towards the tail of the field. Bob Pimble running in 5th spot, one of the more aggressive drivers at this early stage, trying for 4th as they go through the top turn. Race leader is still Jeff Newman, car 43, and running in 2nd spot, 16, Keith Smith. Good battle for the lead now developing. 16 goes into the front-running position. Keith Smith, the driver. Eldershaw in car 13. And now running in 3rd, but looks like he's about to make a move, at least to attempt to get through into 2nd. Bob Pimble's 77 car is dragging something along the ground. Lots of sparks down the back straightaway as that 77 continues to drag something right on the track. Disqualification flag going out to car 77 in the interests of safety. 16 leads as they move down the back chute, and now it's Eldershaw in 2nd spot. Car 13, main straightaway, about to challenge for the lead. Race leader is still car 16, but here's the challenge on the inside by 13. Driver is Jeff Eldershaw, and he's taken over the front-running position. Spoke too soon, made a mistake, allowed 16 back into the lead. Keith Smith in front down the back straightaway. You can see how close they're running as they go to the pit corner. Out through 2WS Bend and onto the main straightaway. 13 on the inside, 16 the outside. They're together as they start this lap. Riding up high is Smith in 16. Eldershaw in 13 gets a better run down the back straightaway. Let's see if 16 can stay with him through the corner. Come on to the home straight. 13 gets the checkered flag. 16 comes home for 2nd, and
Don Strader is just behind Steve Pollock. Gary Pollock's the back marker of the main bunch in car number 2. And this should be very fast. 10 laps, compact speed car back markers. We have a green flag, all in trouble at the start. One into the fence and up and over here just past the start-finish line. And the little car has just kept rolling and rolling and rolling. Ready to run. Off the outside, Smith guns it down into the first corner. Crowhurst in the white car gets through into 2nd spot. Looking for the outside pass is Ron Hutchinson, who's hot again tonight in this division. Absolutely dominated the compacts last year. And here he is looking for the lead and gets there in under a lap. Almost from the back of the field to the front. Ron Hutchinson, look at that fat inside wheel. Pouring the air in the back straightaway. Still in 2nd spot, Keith Smith in car number 16, Gary Pollock. Just in the inside run in car number 2. And at the moment, he runs inside Brother Stephen, who's driving car number 96. Ron Hutchinson, hot to trot tonight. Gary Pollock about to make his way through into 2nd spot. Just disappears past the pit entrance. Here's Hutchinson. That front inside wheel pouring the air. A pretty sight. Good race car. Good car driver. Heads down past the pit turn. Front wheel in the Ronnie Hutchinson nearing the halfway mark. Gary Pollock in second spot. Hello in the 96 car and Stephen Pollock having a spin on the run into the main straightaway. The yellow lights quickly shown and racing again. Comes to a stop with car number 96. Steep second rerun coming up. 2 laps remaining. Back speed car back marks. Here's Hutchinson moving off turn number 4. They hit the line, 2 laps remaining. Hutchinson leading Gary Pollock into the back straightaway. Bobby Pimble's third, but all interest is on this battle. It will be a quick 2-lap dice between the race leader Ron Hutchinson and Gary Pollock. On the inside of him as they hit the wire with 1 to run. Hutchinson and Gary Pollock, and Pollock challenging on the run into the back straightaway. Hutchinson has to pull out all the stops, moves into turn number 3 just in advance of Gary Pollock. And Ronnie Hutchinson, who deserved to win this one, goes to the wire. Hutchinson the winner. Second placing goes to Gary Pollock, car number 2. And third home was Bobby Pimble in car number 7. Hutchinson, who was in superb form in the earlier event tonight, won this one last Saturday night, starting a hot favourite. Straighter as they move up through the 4th turn. We have a green flag and it's a start. Now here's Hutchinson with a charge down on the inside of the circuit, while Strader and a couple of the others preferred the outside line, and it has backfired on Hutchinson as Gary Pollock goes towards the lead in the big turn. Pollock from the back to the front under a lap. Alan Strader continues on his charge. He comes underneath Kittle. Strader goes to second in the back straight away, and here comes Hutchinson on the ball down the back chute, and he goes through the third. Gary Pollock, who decided to beat Hutchinson, who had to charge right from the green flag, and this one tonight, he's in the lead in the back straight away with a handy advantage from the veteran of the field, Alan Strader, and Ron Hutchinson in third spot. Hutchinson again with that inside front wheel pouring at the air on the run into the main straightaway. Sits outside, then drops inside straighter and again pulls wide, trying everyone as they go down the back chute. Second and third. The 54 car of Alan Strader high on the circuit, and Ron Hutchinson closing in as they go down into the first corner. Strader's hiking the inside wheel. Hutchinson is here, plies the power in the back chute, also tending to lift that inside front wheel. There's the race leader, Gary Pollock, familiar blue and white car number 2. He's out in front and doing it nicely too, driving a good steady race. Here's the battle on for second, and it's really on. Everything but bricks are flying. Strader is in there. Ron Hutchinson, the challenger. Hutchinson with an inside move coming off turn number 4. No margin for error. Hutchinson driving 10 tenths on the inside and the back straightaway, standing on the gas, but it's still Strader as we have the yellow lights flashing. Jimmy Crowhurst in trouble up on the 4th corner. Pollock, Strader, and Hutchinson down to battle out this compact speed car main. The green flag's given, and immediately Hutchinson resumes his battle with Strader, although Strader, as cagey and experienced as he is, has a better line on the run into the back straightaway and moves away from Hutchinson, and that relieves the pressure on Strader somewhat. Kittle still holding 4th spot, and it's car number 96, Stephen Pollock, holding down 5th. Pollock once more has drawn away from Alan Strader, about to have some traffic in the main straightaway. Hutchinson gets back to Strader here, lapping the traffic. Moves down the back chute, not far from the tail of Alan Strader. Through they go. That's second and third. Alan Strader, Ron Hutchinson. They're going to be battling out for second spot unless the race leader, Gary Pollock, strikes any problems. He's about 50 metres now ahead of them. There's Ron Hutchinson. I'll give Hutchinson one thing. He doesn't just sit behind the man in front. He pulls different lines, pulls anything that perhaps will enable a pass. White flag given, last lap coming up for Gary Pollock. Has to lap 4 cars here in the last lap, pulls wide in the back straight away, goes around a lot of them in beautiful style. Gary Pollock heading off turn number 4. Good win to the youngster tonight in the main event. Gary Pollock, the winner. Second spot, Alan Strader, and third goes to Ron Hutchinson, car number 1. So a couple of lads having their first outing in the compact speed car division. They'll probably know just how hard these boys race after their first couple of laps as we prepare for the first compact event on tonight's program. 8 laps of distance, all the front markers. First 4 qualify through to the back mark event. Green flag at the ready. Off and running down into the first corner where Jeff Newman in the black 43 car set up a handy advantage on the run into the back straightaway. Brian Kittle on the charge moves up in the second spot, and quickly coming through the inside, Jeff Eldershaw in car number 13 surprisingly moved from about 4th into 3rd spot as they went through the 3rd corner. Back straightaway coming up, Jeff Eldershaw going away from the field. Jeff Newman's in 2nd spot, holding down 3rd is Brian Kittle. Then another mover down the inside of the yellow number 70 car is Richard Brain, who moves to 4th. Blue car of Jeff Eldershaw out front. 43 is Jeff Newman in 2nd spot. Car number 5 is Brian Kittle. And car number 70, Richard Brain. Brain generally places up in the top 6 in feature events here at the Place of Pace, and if anyone's to make an impression on the leader, would be the yellow car, number 70, back in 4th spot, Richard Brain. However, at the moment, Jeff Eldershaw with a very clear lead. The 2nd spot, Brian Kittle. 2 rookie drivers here making the debut in compact racing, about to be lapped as car number 13, Jeff Eldershaw, moves around them on the run into the back straightaway. Brian Kittle has made up ground in the white car on the outside line. That's Kittle in 2nd spot, and going through the 3rd and 4th corners, Kittle has made up further ground on the leader and has now set the challenge in the remaining laps of this event. Here's Kittle on the inside of Eldershaw, moving towards the back straight. It was enough to give Eldershaw the hurry up. He stands on the gas coming off turn number 4. Kittle on the inside. And back in 3rd spot now is Richard Brain in car number 70. Good dice on for the lead, however. Jeff Eldershaw, who appeared to have a little in reserve, has found an extra horsepower or 2 anyhow as he whirls through turns 3 and 4. Kittle has swapped tactics. He's gone up to the high line in car number 5. And here we are into the last lap. Back straight away, Jeff Eldershaw and Brian Kittle settle down to fight out this front mark handicap event. Kittle here lines up for a run around the outside in turn number 4. Eldershaw and Kittle, but it's Eldershaw to the flag. Brian Kittle, car number 5, places 2nd. Richard Brain, car number 70, completes the placings. The next, and it's every bit as spectacular, the end result. Off they go. Kittle leads through the first corner. The Raider is at it already. Alan Strader in car 54. He's using the inside line. Most prefer the outside line. He's already 2nd. Hutchinson's following him through. 1 lap down. Pollock brothers have been caught sleeping at the start of this one, or maybe they didn't take brave pills, but they're right centre field as Alan Strader is starting to contemplate how to get the lead away from car 5. Up the main straightaway. Richard Brain is back in 4th place, and behind him come the Pollock brothers. They're just rounding Jeff Eldershaw in car 13. As moving through the top turn, we have Alan Streeter now in front. Kittle running 2nd, Brian Kittle in car number 5. Then it's Ron Hutchinson back in the 3rd. Further back in the field, Richard Brain now passed on the inside by Gary Pollock as they run down the back chute. Colin Fanning's in the middle of that bunch as they once more around the top turn. You can see Pollock working the inside. Colin Fanning in car number 31. Alan Strader's established a 100-metre lead over Brian Kittle. Back in 3rd, Ron Hutchinson. Kittle's all on his own. As you can see, so's the race leader. Alan Strader, who began racing at this circuit 18 years ago and is still romping around here as fast as anyone. Gary Pollock, only 24 years of age, in the blue and white car, moves to the main straightaway. Pollock trying desperately to at least get on even terms with the minor place getters. Now Pollock's off the circuit and out of the race. So that leaves Alan Strader, quarter of a lap clear of car number 5, Brian Kittle. And right on Kittle's tail is car number 1, the national champion. That's probably where most of the action now centres. Down the back straightaway, car number 1 moving in on number 5. Number 5, you see on your screen, is running in 2nd spot. About 20 yards behind him as they come to the straightaway is Ron Hutchinson. Hutchinson getting set to try and do something as they go to the back straightaway. Mike Neary holding him out, and he backs off as they go down the back chute. The final lap sign has been taken and acknowledged by Alan Strader. He's now almost half a lap clear. Just goes to show if you put your foot down, get through the traffic quickly, it pays dividends. Final corner, main straightaway, as you can see the checkered flag. Top turn, the front runners are very slow to get going.
Here comes the charge from the back. Jeff Eldershaw leads through the first corner. The Pollocks are going at it into the back straightaway. Steve Pollock mixing it. He's diving down the inside of Colin Fanning. They're 4 wide going to that top turn. Brad Pollock's around the outside of his brother. Gary Pollock's coming through too. The 3 Pollocks are now running side by side, and they're running in 3rd, 4th and 5th placing. Jeff Eldershaw is in front. Down the inside now, and car number 1 comes Ron Hutchinson. Alan Strader's staying back for this one. It's very hairy at the moment. Jeff Eldershaw is in front. Diving through on the inside to take 2nd is Gary Pollock. Steve Pollock's back in 3rd as they run down the back straightaway. Brad Pollock further behind. Ron Hutchinson now challenged on the outside by Pollock as they move up the main straightaway. Again, it's Alan Streeter staying at the back of the group. Down the back chute. Brad Pollock challenged outside and inside by Kittle, and on the inside, Alan Streeter. Leader in tonight's compact main event. Running 2nd, car 93, Brother Steve. Ron Hutchinson now moves up on Steve Pollock as they go towards the back straight. Field getting crowded. Pollock not letting Hutchinson through on the inside. Alan Strader staying back in 4th. Lots of slower cars to get through. Once more, Hutchinson moves up on Pollock, who's in 2nd place. Now he makes a move on the inside. Slower cars. Steve Pollock 2nd as they go down the back straightaway. Now Alan Strader closing in on Hutchinson. A fierce battle being fought for 2nd in this race. Gary Pollock's gone. He's almost a quarter of a lap in front. So we'll stay with the action for 2nd. Race has just about run its course. The white flag is ready. Hutchinson now on the inside. He's got a better shot because there's a slower car ahead of Pollock. Pollock switches right down to the grass, comes back on the inside. But he's now back in 3rd.